Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Dan Jarvis, who is a Labour MP, is going to be in Keir Starmer's bad books. He's going to go into his little book of bastards, apparently. MI5, as we recorded earlier, issued an espionage alert yesterday morning. This was to Parliament, and then the Speaker, Lindsay Hoyle, had to write to each and every member of the House, alerting them to the fact that these two women, were acting as possible honey traps or whatever, trying to lure an MP into signing up and spying for China. Well, Dan Jarvis, who is the security minister, one of them, told the Commons that these new Chinese spying threats amounted to interference in British democracy. This will, of course, upset Keir Starmer, who is beholden and owned and takes orders from the Communist Party of China. He is our traitor-in-chief and is somehow seems to be exempt from being investigated by MI5 and revealed. But everything he seems to do works in the favour of the Chinese. For example, making sure court cases collapse against Chinese spies, handing over the Chagos Islands to Mauritius so that China can control the South China Sea, and then giving China the right to build this super hub, this spy centre in the heart of London, directly over a hub where all the information that goes in and out of Whitehall and the city is contained. I'm sure that's purely coincidental. Even though MI5 said don't do it, and the Americans said don't do it, they're very concerned. The Americans said if this goes ahead, they're pulling out, they're ending Five Eyes. They don't want to hand any information over to the British. And yet Starmer wants this to continue because his Chinese paymasters demand it. But Jarvis, the minister there, said our intelligence agencies have warned that China is attempting to recruit and cultivate individuals with access to sensitive information about Parliament and the UK government. MI5 have stated that this activity is being carried out by a group of Chinese intelligence officers, often masked by the use of cover companies or external headhunters. This activity involves a covert and calculated attempt by a foreign power to interfere with our sovereign affairs in favour of its own interests. And this government will not tolerate it, he said. Unfortunately for him, his boss is all for it. But despite this, Jarvis said the government plans to cooperate with China when it is in the UK's national interest. It is never in the UK's national interest to cooperate and treat with the enemy. Just last week, Science Minister Patrick Vallance jetted off to Beijing to sign off on a new scientific deal with China. And at the same time, Starmer spokesman said that there was no update on the permission to build a Chinese mega embassy. Yeah. No update means it's still going ahead, doesn't it? Interesting. Let's wait and see. I think it may come to a head. I think once Starmer's removed, things may change. You won't have a communist at the head of the Labour Party, merely a Marxist, and certainly not a Chinese communist at least. Still, let's wait and see. Thanks a lot. Bye.